Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Belchan.
I'm Nimikung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read all of your part of Ulysses.
As.
Ulysses. James Joyce. 1 sec 5. Do you understand what he says? Stephen asked her. Is it French you are talking? Sir. The old woman said to Haynes. Haynes spoke to her again a longer speech. Confidently. Irish. Buck Mulligan said. Is there Gaelic on you? I thought it was Irish. She said. By the sound of it. Are you from the West? Sir. I am an Englishman. Haynes answered. This English. Buck Mulligan said. And he thinks we ought to speak Irish in Ireland. Sure we ought to. The old woman said. And I'm ashamed I don't speak the language myself. I'm told it's a grand language by the Nat knows. Grand is no name for it, said Buck Mulligan. Wonderful entirely. Fill us out some more tea. Inch. Would you like a cup? No. Thank you. So, the old woman said, slipping the ring of the milkson on her farm and about to go. Haynes said to her, have you a bill? We had better pay her. Mulligan. Hadn't we? Stephen filled again the 3 cups. Well, sir, she said, halting. Well, over in these 3 mornings a quart at 4pence is 3 quarts is a shilling. That's a shilling and 1 and 2 is 2 and 2. Sir. Buck Mulligan sighed and, having filled his mouth with a crust thickly buttered on both sides, stretched forth his legs and began to search his trouser pockets. Pay up and look pleasant, Haynes said to him. Smiling, Stephen filled a 3rd cup, a spoonful of tea colouring faintly the thick rich milk. Buck Mulligan brought up a florin, twisted it round in his fingers and cried, a miracle. He passed it along the table towards the old woman. Then, ask nothing more of me, Saint. All I can give you I give. Stephen laid the coin in her eager hand. Woe 12pence, he said. Time enough. So, she said, taking the coin. Time enough. Good morning, sir. She curtsied and went out, followed by Buck Mulligan's tender chant. Heart of my heart. Were it more would be laid at your feet. He turned to Stephen and said, seriously, Didless, I'm stony. Hurry out to your school cup and bring us back some money. Today the bods must drink and junket. Ireland expects that every man this day will do his duty. That reminds me, Haynes said, Eisen, that I have to visit your National Library today. Or swim first, Buck Mulligan said. He turned to Stephen and asked blandly, Is this the day for your monthly wash? Kinch. Then he said to Haynes, the unclean word makes a point of washing once a month. All Ireland is washed by the Gulf Stream. Stephen said as he let honey trickle over a slice of the loaf of his tennis shirt spoke. I intend to make a collection of your sayings if you will let me. Speaking to me. They wash and tub and scrub. Itchin bite of and wit. Conscience. Yet here's a spot. Is this good? Buck Mulligan kicked Stephen's foot under the table and said with warmth of tone, wait till you hear him on Hamlet. Ains. Well, I mean it. Haynes said, still speaking to Stephen. I was just thinking of it when that broad creature came in. Would I make any money by it? Stephen asked. Haynes laughed and, as he took his soft grey hat from the hold fast of the hammock, then, I don't know. I'm sure. He strolled out to the doorway. Buck Mulligan bent across to Stephen and said with coarse vigour, you put your roof in it now. What did you say that for? Well, Stephen said, the problem is to get money. From whom? From the milkwoman or from him? It's a toss-up. I think. I blow him out about you. Buck Mulligan said. And then you come along with your lousy leer and you'll go immediately your chops. I see little hope. Stephen said. From her or from him? Buck Mulligan sighed tragically and laid his hand on Stephen's arm. From mate. Ain't you? He said. In a suddenly changed and he added, to tell you the God's truth, I think you're right. Damn all else they are good for. Why don't you play them as I do? To hell with them all. Let us get out of the kip. He stood up, gravely ungirdled, and disrobed himself of his gown, saying resignedly, Mulligan is stripped of his garments. He emptied his pockets onto the table. There's your snot rag, he said, and putting on his stiff collar and rebellious tie he spoke to them, chiding them, and to his dangling watch chain. His hands plunged and rummaged in his tranquilly called for a cling handkerchief. We'll simply have to dress the character. I want piss gloves and green boots. Contradiction. Do I contradict myself? Very well then. I contradict myself. Mercurial manatee. A limp black missile flew out of his tucking hands. And there's your Latin quarter hat, he said. Stephen picked it up and put it on. Haynes called to them from the doorway. Are you coming? You fellows. I'm ready. Buck Mulligan answered, going towards the door. Come out. Inch. You have eaten all we left. I suppose. Resigned he passed out with grave words and gait. Then, wallig with sorrow, and going forth he met bitterly. Stephen, taking his ashbun from its leaning place, followed them out and, as they went down the ladder, pulled to the store and door and locked it. He put the huge key in his inner pocket. At the foot of the ladder, Buck Mulligan asked, Did you bring the key? I have it. Stephen said. To be continued.